Family friends said Zahra was over the moon when her dad married Elisa Fairchild in 2008. Adam hadn't dated anyone since he split up with Zahra's mom shortly after Zahra was born. At the wedding in Giru, she was proud to give her father away to the woman Adam had met online from half a world away in North Carolina. Both Adam and Elisa frequented imvu.com, an online community where people interact with each other in the form of 3D avatars. Elisa, who was also known as Lisa, was flamboyant, a 40-something woman who called herself a Gothic fairy. Her IMVU avatar wore red angel wings and a stylish gown. She told friends that Adam was her soulmate. "Who says long-distance relationships don't work?" she wrote on her MySpace page, which was adorned with skulls and crossbones and backed by the thumping music of Rob Zombie's song Living Dead Girl. As Adam introduced Elisa around in Giru, some of his friends thought her story seemed fishy, but they liked her anyway. She claimed to be a police officer shot in the line of duty. She said she was a bounty hunter. She had a lot of stories that never quite rang true, Adam's friend Kim Wright told a reporter for the Winston-Salem Journal. She also had a lot of skeletons in her closet. During one 3-year stretch, she was married to 3 men at the same time. Altogether, she was married 7 times, according to an Associated Press investigation. She was also indicted on a bigamy charge involving her marriage to Adam Baker and another man, Aaron Young. Zahra liked Elisa, but she didn't want to move 15,000 miles away from her family and friends, Wright said. She just hugged the girl and told her she'd get to go to Disneyland.
I mean, it seemed to me that if Lisa Baker had not come into their life and they hadn't moved to the United States, to the Hickory area, that Zahra would still be alive and she would be, living out her young adolescence now.
Almost immediately, Zahra's life in America started to unravel. The family moved around the foothills of western North Carolina to 4 homes in 2 years, and Zahra bounced from school to school.
I'm sure it was hard for her to be moving so much, especially in elementary school, especially coming from another country where you're still trying to figure out what things are like in a new country and, the customs and an area that you're not familiar with. You're trying to make friends, and to move back and forth between schools, I'm sure that was difficult for a young child.
Things were hard at home, too. The Bakers first lived with Elisa's father in Hickory, but in the summer of 2009, they had a falling out over money, and the 3 of them moved into an apartment on Congress Street in Granite Falls. Neighbors could hear the couple arguing. The fighting got so bad that the Bakers were evicted in November. By the next spring, the family was living in a trailer park in the Caldwell County community of Hudson. Zahra finished the 4th grade at Hudson Elementary School. At the trailer park, a neighbor told reporters she liked to watch her grandson and the other children, including little Zahra, play outside. Zahra joined right in, despite her prosthetic leg. You'd see her on the one good leg, and she'd hop as fast as they could run, the neighbor said. But it wasn't all fun and games for Zahra at Country Manor Estate. The Bakers' rented single-wide trailer was on a sloped road that ends in a cul-de-sac. That sloped strip of asphalt soon became a gauntlet, a trial.
A woman at the top of the cul-de-sac talked about seeing Lisa Baker make Zahra walk up and down that hill. The idea that I got is that sometimes it was as a kind of therapy, I suppose. She was trying to get her to learn to walk better on her leg, but other times it seemed to be more of a punishment. She mentioned in particular that Zahra wanted a bicycle, and that Lisa told her that she could not have a bicycle until she learned to run on the leg, and so she needed to walk up and down that hill to strengthen her leg. But it hurt Zahra, and I guess the prosthetic leg cut into her or hurt her leg, and she would often cry when she was doing that.
One neighbor said she saw Elisa hit Zahra and noticed bruises on the girl's face and body. Then, when Zahra went to school with a black eye, school officials called DSS, a neighbor said. He said a concerned teacher provided Zahra with her home phone number and told Zahra to call. Zahra's neighbors watched the escalating abuse with growing alarm.
Neighbors talked about DSS going into the trailer. The neighbors talked about calling DSS. One of the neighbors told me she intended to call DSS, but found out that some of the other neighbors had beat her to it because they were concerned about Zahra, and they didn't like what they saw between Lisa Baker and Zahra. They didn't like the way that Lisa treated Zahra.
During one beating, Baker injured her hand when she hit the girl's prosthetic leg. She told her husband she'd fallen and broken the hand, one of the neighbors said. After Zahra disappeared, Elisa's niece, Brittany Bentley, went on CBS's The Early Show and described what life was like for Zahra inside that trailer when she went to visit. She was locked in her room, allowed 5 minutes out a day to eat. That was it, Bentley said. She was beat almost every time I was over there for just the small things. If Lisa would get mad, she'd take it out on Zahra. Things the kid didn't deserve. She had a horrible home life. With Zahra increasingly isolated and caught in a downward spiral of abuse and neglect, the Bakers landed next in Hickory, where in July they moved into a small brick rental house in the Viewmont section of town. Perhaps no one outside the Baker family knows what torment Zahra endured in that house. Neighbors say they never saw the girl. She wasn't enrolled in school. Employees of a Hickory furniture store told police they saw Zahra and her stepmother on September 25th. Zahra was never seen again.